Hello, this is Story Edge.
And this is Starfire.
And this is a Brony and Pony react to MLP Season 8, Episode 6, Surf and or Turf.
Oh no. This is...
And immediately you have some idea what's going on.
Just... some idea, but like... It just sounds funny, so... Like, just the idea of ponies doing surf and turf. But maybe it's something completely different than what I'm thinking, but yeah.
I have no idea what you're thinking, but as with a lot of things, I unfortunately have minor spoilers, so I'm hyped for this episode, but I also know some things.
Let's get started.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Princess Twilight! We're glowing!
What?
That's what happens when you're summoned by the map.
Yep.
Some pony needs our help? We're being called by the map? Did I mention we're glowing?
Yeah, some of the reactors I watch are going to flip.
So, where exactly in Equestria are we needed?
I saw that
Actually,
spring
where you're
happen
going isn't even in
immediately.
Equestria.
Really?
Isn't
Wow,
even in
that's
Equestria.
Off the table! But here, Mount Eris, the home of the hippogriffs. And that's
Yay, they get to go outside Equestria again.
Wait again?
Again. Like, besides the movie, they get to go outside of
Oh,
Equestria.
I thought you meant the CMC. I'm like, wait again? It's really awesome.
I love that Final Scratch is just there. Bomber and along.
Probably doesn't even realize where she is, just listen to the beats.
Probably not.
I noticed you all to question Discord, but why is he sitting out there planning? Why is that a thing he needs to do?
Because he's just...
You really don't need to come with us, Twilight. We can take care of this mission just fine on our own. Yeah!
Oh no.
I'm more worried about something taking care of them.
I know that, but I'm not so sure the ponies who care about you want you going off so far on your own. Besides, there's some school business I need to take care of on Mount Eris.
School business.
This
You have to
permission
win the
slip is for
report card?
Silverstream. It's very important that her mother and father sign it, or else no field trips. Sounds like some pony just
Or do
wants
we
a
have waivers?
vacation. Okay, yes, I have been wanting to visit Mount Eris ever since the hippogriffs moved back, but it's purely research. Silverstream's
Sure.
brother is going to meet us there and take us to their houses. Wow, they
Her
have
brother.
more than one house? I guess so. The social structure
That's-
of the hippogriffs and sea ponies is a bit of a mystery.
All aboard! Last stop, the new Mount Eris station.
The new... I wonder
Does
if they
this one
have
just
that
come to a
one.
dead end like the one outside Scarlet's Village?
I wonder if it goes under the water like the English Channel.
I don't know if I like being a hippogriff. Part bird, part pony. I'm happy with just my pony parts, thanks.
That's
I think hippogriffs
Sweetie Belle.
are pretty. I learned all about them from Applejack. The hippogriffs all once lived happily on Mount Eris. But when the Storm King invaded, they used a magic pearl to turn into sea ponies and escape to the underwater safety of Sequestria. Then, in the Battle of Canterlot, when Applejack defeated the Storm King... Wait, what? Maybe she didn't say that exactly, but it makes for a better story.
Final stop, Mount Eris
Could probably
station.
just kick him off the balcony.
Oh. Weird.
Oh,
Oh, they... What?
nice. Is it work?
Here they go.
I know
Oh,
where two of them.
oh,
hi
there were
there.
actually hippogriffs on the train.
Mark-related friendship problem do you think we're supposed to solve? I don't know, but hippogriffs don't have cutie marks, so it might not have anything to do with that at all.
Dun,
Huh. Still, the map called us, so it must be a kind of problem that
What
only
if it's
we
the
can
first
solve.
hippogriff to ever have?
Go
I think that was
Crusader!
Silverquill.
But how do we know exactly who we're supposed to help?
They are part pony.
Oh no. No, Scootaloo, please. Nope.
Any
No,
Griff
no,
here have a problem?
Oh, this
Scootaloo. Ugh.
That's all I got. Maybe if the map
Just
could be a
like
little
Rainbow
more
Dash.
specific about our mission, like maybe an address. The map doesn't really work like that, but I'm sure you and whoever needs help will find each other.
8. This brought.
I mean, that is how
This
it
episode
works.
was brought to you by Luck.
Excuse me.
Luck, the bad guy should have won.
Sorry I'm late. I'm Silverstream's brother, Terramar.
A hippogriff can have a sea pony for a brother? How does that
That
work
is-
exactly? Shh! It's rude to ask a question like that. Whoa!
Oh, he has one too.
Oh yeah, I think they all do now. Like if you didn't
Yes,
notice.
ma'am.
Did they just break the pearl into
That is
pieces?
kind of strange. See, after the Storm King was defeated, the sea ponies didn't have to hide anymore. So some of them changed back to hippogriffs and went home to Mount Eris.
But others got used to living under the water and stayed in Sequestria.
And me? Well, I kind of go back and forth. With this, it's a tiny piece of the magic pearl. It was split up among our kingdoms.
Oh, it was.
Well, I'm pretty eager to see the Hippogriff Village. You know, to get this form signed and research. So,
And
Tamar,
research.
does any Griff you know up there have a problem they need help with?
On Mount Eris? No, every griff is pretty happy up there.
Oh, that's a lie.
It's a great place to live.
How did Twilight get so far? Is she teleporting again?
Oh, I love all the different colors.
Whoa, this looks amazing! Last time I was here, it was a ghost town.
Yeah, Queen Novo thought it was important to return our village to its former glory.
I wonder we're not gonna see Queen Novo, are we?
Probably not.
Oh, look at the
Oh,
flag!
nice.
That was really cool.
And now, I officially open the Glad to Be a Hippogriff Festival!
Oh no. No. I know what this is.
I see what this is doing now.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a thing.
Love their own.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good day to show up.
Not really. We do this every weekend.
Every
Hippogriffs
weekend.
really like being hippogriffs.
They don't have night
There's
since
my
these
boy.
days because they don't want to
Hi,
ever
Dad.
become.
Mm.
Oh,
Haven't
hi,
seen you
Dad.
in a day, son. Wish you'd come around more often.
Oh, Dad, these are Silverstream's friends from Equestria. They came up to...
Princess Twilight Sparkle! Attention, every Griff! Princess Twilight Sparkle
Cool.
is here!
Like every pony, but every grip.
Silverstream's teacher.
Oh, Twilight is gonna love this.
Here
Oh,
to
it's
take in
a
the
paper
marvel that is
cut.
Mount Eris, Your Highness?
Absolutely. And to have you sign a form for Silverstream.
Glad to. But first, let's show the princess some real Mount Eris hospitality. To the refreshment tent for a stein of salmon juice.
Stein. Salmon juice?
Research. See you later. And
Right.
good luck.
Salmon
I know you'll find your
juice for
mission.
a pony.
Well, your dad's certainly
Mm.
outgoing, isn't he?
He's a great guy. All my relatives are nice. That's kind of the problem.
Wait, stop. What's that wonderful sound?
Those
You
are the
got a
harmonizing
problem.
heights. Legend says that...
Oh,
What?
no. Sweetie Belle. Oh no. No, she's gonna cause some sort of like this is a sacred ground and they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, awesome! I love this!
Is she okay?
This is
She's
absolutely
Sweetie
the
Belle.
best place ever! You are so lucky! And you get to swim in the ocean! You have two
I
great
did say, I
places
get
to
the feeling
live!
the other two are going
How
to
do you
like
make up your mind which
underwater.
one to stay in?
I can't. That's the problem.
Did you say problem?
Problem?
You have a problem? Yes!
No! Guys!
At you.
We discovered our mission! Alright! We did it!
No. You haven't even finished it, guys.
Sorry,
You don't
you were talking about your problem?
Right. Like I said, Mount Eris is one great place to live. That's why Silverstream and my dad and some of my cousins came back here. But Sequestria is another great place to live. That's where my mom is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So no matter where I am, I feel like I'm letting someone down.
No wonder you're having such a hard time deciding.
And I have to choose soon. Every other Griff my age already knows where they belong. I'm still not
This
sure.
is like a good
When in doubt,
allegory for
chart it out.
divorce, kind of.
Now, we put down everything great about each place, everything not so great, compare them, and your decision is made for you. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Mount Eris is the best of all possible worlds.
No, you haven't even
Pro,
seen the
it's
other
beautiful.
world.
Con, too far from Equestria. I think that pretty much sums it up.
But you haven't been to Sequestria yet. How can you even compare them?
Terramar's right, Sweetie Belle. It'd be more fair if we visit both places
Terramar.
before we decide.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the Mar is. Terra's obviously
Hey, everybody! This
Is,
Like
is Mar
Marie.
another word?
fantastic.
Oh,
Look what I learned at the ring toss booth.
that's awesome.
Sky Sea.
Apparently she's
But
good
of
at.
course, I'm really here on business. Skybeak's already signed the form. Now I just need your mom's signature. Is she around? She's a sea
Levitation
pony
weapon.
in Sequestria. That's what Silverstream meant by houses.
If you'd like to meet my mom, we're just heading down there now.
And how exactly are we gonna visit underwater?
Apple Bloom's gonna be they're gonna be sea ponies.
Well, this even looks like the beach where they came up in the movie after they
Right.
got kicked out for stealing.
Oh, look at the style! Oh, I love it in this style. They're so cool in this style.
This must be just like flying!
Indeed, and stuff.
Oh,
Oh, that
Where's
is.
your mom's
Oh
house?
my
Hello.
gosh.
Come on, it's this way.
This is
blue.
Oh, one was devastating. This place looks really nice, even with the different animation.
Right, yeah.
Terramar, welcome home, baby. No excuses. This time you're staying for dinner.
Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle, Apple Bloom, this is my mom, Ocean Flow. And this is...
Princess Twilight Sparkle, what an honor. You know, Silverstream just raves about you.
Well, she is one of our most hard-working students. In fact, I brought this form for you to sign so that...
Both my children
waterproof
are
paper.
so smart. Would you like to see their baby pictures?
Mom!
Yes.
Adorable! I'd love to! And, you know, to find out about aquatic pony early development and,
No. Yes.
research.
Oh, maybe your friends would like
They
a
know what's
snack
up.
while we're gone? Some kelp chips? Fish oil tea?
No thanks, Mom. I'm gonna go show them around.
Fish oil tea. Like,
Where does that flow?
Look out!
Oh, maybe fish oil is more things.
it is worth it.
She cannonballs underwater. That's impressive.
Not much sunlight down here, is there?
Sweetie Belle,
No,
you're
just-
literally in a cave.
Just,
Boom,
what is it
bada
running
boom,
for?
boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. No grass to run in and no hooves to run on it with. And excuse me,
Hey,
but
you have two
how do you
hooks.
keep from getting all pruny?
Sweetie Belle.
Everything sounds funny down here.
Oh.
Okay, I've seen everything I need to. So, why don't we find Twilight Sparkle, finish the chart, and, head back up the mountain? I have some serious field twirling to do.
Field twirling. Thank you, Sweetie
I
Belle.
want to see it swim some more.
Maybe that's the choice. You don't have to. Maybe you gotta discuss this with other ponies, not everybody
Princess
else.
Twilight, you're back! And just in time for the screeching competition.
Why
No.
not? Could be another trophy in my future. Be back soon.
No. Twilight.
All right, let's add some positives to the Sequestria side. Uh-huh. Swimming is like flying, multicolored fish, and did I mention the flying thing? You forgot the cons.
Scootaloo.
Dark, wet, sea monsters. I don't remember any sea monsters. Alcohol, looks like it's up to you. Me? Well, both places have a lot of good things about them. I can understand why it's hard for you to decide. Your heart is in two places you can only
there it is.
You're torn between the hilltops and the tide. Thank goodness that the Cutie Mark Crusaders have begun to give you hope and help you to decide.
Is this going to be a good song or a will make
These
you
hills they
think
call to you, they say harmonizing heights. This is your home, simple and serene.
Oh no. Well, it's probably gonna be Apple Bloom making everything correct. The other two are just gonna be like, this is correct, and this is why.
To compare anywhere to there is unfair and just plain wrong. Coulter mare or you wear feathers, fins or hair. This is where you belong. Well, on the other hoof, I can think of a place that's way more exciting and cool. Not to mention for you. Come on, you know exactly where I mean.
You don't even know them that
Sequestria
much.
the most, you're supposed to be there underneath the sea where you can feel at home. Swimming with your friends, you can spend all day here. Playing in the bay here, splashing in the foam. Sailing
Maybe that's just a thing. You don't have to choose. You
you'll
just
view
both
a
of them.
slew of tortoises. Forget the rest, the sea's the best for all intents and purposes.
Oh my gosh.
Here on harmonizing heights, live it up here in Sequestria. Nothing compares to harmonizing heights. The eagles are regal, but the skulls are cooler. Their claws are so awesome with their sweet maneuvers. Star wishes every night. Starfish by Eolite. Better, wetter, shinier, brinier. Sequestria, harmonizing heights. Sequestria, harmonizing heights.
Oh,
That's
you
it.
too.
This is the end. Don't ever talk to me again.
Oh, come
Really?
on now.
One song. Your friendship is so fragile that you can do that in one
You all
song.
can't even agree amongst
Yes, because it
yourselves. How am
rhymed.
I supposed to make up my mind? It's hopeless.
Knew it. Oh no. Apple
Everyone's been
Bloom.
in the perfect position to smack them both upside the head.
Sweetie Belle said to tell you it's your fault that Terramar ran off.
Apple Bloom.
Well, you
Don't
tell Sweetie
play
Belle
middle
that
person.
If it weren't for her, our mission would have been over by now. And a success.
It's never that
Scootaloo
simple.
says this whole thing is your fault. Well, tell her that I'm not the one who dashed all of Terramar's hopes and made him give up on the world. Both worlds. Sweetie Belle says it's your fault that Terramar
You
ran.
can hear each other.
I already told you that, didn't I? What's going on? Where's Terramar? Well, he kind of left.
Say
He
it.
wanted to be
He
by
kind of
himself,
laughed.
which was not my fault. Mine either. Well, of course not. Why would you think that?
It was both of your faults.
Because it
Apple
was
Bloom,
our
yes.
fault.
Thank you, Apple Bloom.
Choose which world to live in. And we let him down. Whoever said that he had to choose? Well,
Thank you, Twilight.
maybe Terramar is making it harder than it has to be.
Princess!
Oh,
We're having
no.
a
Like-
seashell crafting circle.
She
Care to
doesn't
join
have
us?
one that
Actually,
the
we're
mother and
right in
father
the
are the
middle of
only
There
ones
you
I've seen
are.
without
The
a
flag folding
necklace.
ceremony's about
Oh,
to begin.
never mind.
Thank you, really. I've had a great time
The
in both
moment I say
places
it, he
today,
has
but
one.
wow, this must be how Terramar feels all the time.
Oh, hello, Skybeak.
Ocean flow. You're looking well.
Aw.
They still love each other.
This gives me an idea.
Shuffle,
It's,
shuffle, shuffle,
it's
shuffle.
nice that they're still jovial with each other. Like, I was afraid there was going to be like this passive-aggressive,
Yeah.
we're better duel.
And I'm staying here too. That way I don't have to be on land or in the water.
We're sorry.
He's on a
We're
branch.
supposed to help you, and we just ended up confusing you more. It's all
I figured
our
you'd just go out on
fault.
a limb.
Oh, great. You're sorry, and I'm still confused. I'm
Oh,
staying in
no.
my tree.
I'm staying in my
What
tree.
about that the earth coming down for?
Oh, look at that sad face.
We thought we'd get every creature together for a picnic on the beach. And we mean every creature. Yay!
Cool.
That's awesome.
Standing on the table, though.
Son, there you
The
are.
wood just told him what
Your
was
friends
it?
told us how you've been feeling.
And we're sorry if we ever made you think you had to choose between worlds. That wasn't our intention, honey.
Your hippogriff heritage is something to be proud of, certainly.
But you're more than just where you're from or who you live with. We love you because you're you, no matter where you choose to be.
You don't have to decide. You can keep doing what you've been doing, going back and forth.
And enjoying both places.
That's so cool.
Something we forgot to add that both places have. Family and friends who love you.
Thanks for everything. Hey, are you glowing?
They did it.
Congratulations! Your first map mission is a success. Guess that means we're officially done here. I hope you come visit your sister in Equestria. Yeah, come see us. You'll love it. Who knows? You might even want to live there.
That's my new face.
Yeah, that was a joke.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that effect. As usual, jump. Oh, hey, Scooby was a different scene in this video. I didn't actually know that. Okay, jump cut. That was a fun episode.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. The hippogriffs still, like, the hippogriffs always look a little weird to me, and I finally figured out why. I think it's because we have the griffins who are similar creature, and they're very clearly divided in there's like a clear divide in their bird and cat halves, but the hippogriffs are more of a blend than a divide.
Yeah, and like that's actually probably because of what they had in season 1 when they made Gilda, and so they just kind of built around what Gilda looked like, and they had to build the hippogriffs from ground up in season 8 when they had 8 years of doing this, so I think they were able to work with a lot more than they originally did. So I think I actually like the way they look.
Yeah, same here. It was like I finally figured out what the thing was that seemed though I do love that when they brought the griffins back in season 5, they weren't just like an eagle, they were any great bird, any great cat.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I want to talk about how this is definitely a divorce allegory, and like it's so like it hits really close to home for me because I'm a child of divorce, and there's definitely like this is best case scenario. Your parents want you to be happy wherever you're at. My mom definitely guilt tripped me a little bit more into staying with her rather than go hang out with my dad, and but like this is so good for kids to see, like especially nowadays because the divorce rate has gone up and everything, but like this is so good for kids to see, and that if they know how to talk to their parents about this, and if they bring it up, then they're able to talk to their parents about it, and that's great for kids because I didn't learn how to do that till I was 20, and my parents divorced when I was 14. So, like, I had 6 years of where my mom was like, I just feel so bad when you go visit your dad and stuff like that, and, like, guilt-tripping me into never seeing my dad, and it was really bad. And finally, I had to tell her that, and she was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I was doing that. And it was really hard for me to bring up because I didn't have something I could, like, say, oh, this is what's happening. And, like, I didn't have any reference point to go on. And so this really hits hard for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the song was nice.
It was. It was like, it makes me think of that I Know It's Gonna Work song in the respect of it being a really good sounding song that is about them making things worse.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but, like, this one, I think, like, it shows how much Scootaloo wants to fly.
Yeah,
and, like, she's gotten better to hovering. Like, she can hover pretty well now, but, like...
Yeah.
If season 9 is the last season, they better make Scootaloo fly. Like, I know it's supposed to be a disability, but she's lived with it for 8 years now.
At the same time, that's a hard territory to work with because, like, there's so many different ways you can go with both in the realms of living with a disability and also working to overcome a disability because, you know, some disabilities can be overcome, and it's amazing when you can.
And also, there are some disabilities you do grow out of. Like, sometimes there are stuttering disabilities that you grow out of, and then there's others. And some that you do have to live with most of your life. And, like, maybe even if they just give them, like, prosthetics or something. Like, because if you have prosthetics, like, we saw in, what episode was that? It was the Cutie Remark. No. Was it?
Oh yeah, the
with the war, with the somber war,
wing.
Rainbow's prosthetic wing. Like if they have those, I mean, war propagates.
I was gonna say I kind of wonder
medical
if they
research
do,
and
or
everything.
if that came out of necessity in that time.
But still, like if Twilight saw it as a possibility, why wouldn't she think on acting that? Because if she's so heavily like all about research, especially in this episode, yes. Research. Yeah. No, she's gonna go hang out with the hippogriffs because fun.
I do definitely hope that they like do a thing like towards the angle of trying to overcome disabilities because it reminds me of a video that Brony Buck did on actually specifically on Scootaloo, talking about basically discussing the evidence for whether or not Scootaloo could eventually be able to fly, and he mentioned that he had a friend who overcame cerebral palsy. It's like that. I don't know much about that, but I know that's a big thing that I didn't even know you could overcome. So it's
right, yeah.
So it's definitely a thing that can happen, and I do kind of hope they go that route.
Yeah, me too. Like that's one of the big things, and it was so nice to see her happy, and like. I like, and Sweetie Belle is usually one of my favorite characters of the CMC, like, and I used to watch Powerpuff Girls, and those three are basically the Powerpuff Girls, but like, Sweetie Belle was so antagonistic in this, like, she just immediately was like, she hadn't even seen the other world, it was just, this is where you're supposed to be, I don't even care, listen to the bird, like, Sweetie Belle, please.
Yeah, though I do have to say, like, I feel like Scootaloo might potentially have done the same if they had gone to the sea first and then Mount Eris. Like, I could see the same thing having potentially happened with Scootaloo, with her experiencing the underwater and immediately meeting Mount Eris.
Yeah, but like...
But, like, it's still not, like...
I felt it was out of character for Sweetie Belle to do that. Like, to just immediately say this. Like, because Sweetie Belle is definitely, like, the mediator of the group, rather than Applejack.
This is true. This is true. When Applejack defeated the Storm King, what even?
Yeah, that's definitely something that happened.
Yeah, so... Okay, well, we didn't really have a whole lot else to...
Yeah, no, that was really it. And, like,
all right.
I just think that they were, like, they could have done, like, this was probably the best way they could have done this episode. It was really, I liked how they paced it, and I liked how they framed it. And it's a great way for them to get this allegory in there. And yeah, it really hit home for me. So, very good episode.
Alright. This was fun, and we will be back for the next one.
Bye.